Primary. Today we're going to wrap up our unit and our study of data. Today we are going to make a bar graph. But before we do that, you know what I'm going to check? Yes, you're right. The fluency. Are you ready? Okay. Should be quicker than a snap. All right. 7 minus 3. That's 4. 7 plus 3, 10. I'm going faster. 10 plus 5, 15. 6 plus 4, 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 5, 9. 6 minus 4 is 2. And 10 minus 2 is 8. All right, boys and girls. Now, we are going to use one of our tally charts that we already made on our favorite fruit, and we're going to take that information and make a bar graph. So I need you to get your paper and just go ahead and make like a rectangle and draw lines to create your bar graph. All right? So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to look over here on our favorite fruit. And so when you're creating a graph, you need to make sure you have your title. So I'm going to go ahead and put my title. Go ahead and put your title on yours. So this is called Favorite Fruits. Make sure you're writing yours. So that's the name of my graph, is Favorite Fruits. Go ahead, and then these are my categories. I kind of wrote those already. So oranges, just from there, bananas, and apples. Those are my categories. So I wrote my title, my categories, and then I have my scale. These are what I'm going to measure the number of votes with. So I'm going to go ahead and you do the same. So 0 is going to be here, and I'm going to do something a little tricky. I'm going to count by 2s instead of 1s. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8. What comes next? 10, 12, 14, and I can go 16, 18, 20. I don't know if we're going to have that many votes, but we can put it all the way up there. So you can actually add to it after we're done. So now I'm going to use this information over here. And I'm going to use that information to fill in my bar graph. All right, so how many oranges, boys and girls? Did I hear 2? Great. So 2, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a bar. And let me use a different color. So, let me use orange. I'm going to go ahead and make a bar all the way up to the 2. And that's going to represent my orange. And I'm just going to go ahead. So make sure you make your bar, and then I'm going to shade it in. I'm just going to draw lines to shade mine in. You could color it in with an orange or any color you have. So there's 2 votes for the oranges. Let's see how many votes for the bananas. The bananas has 6 votes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use yellow. Yellow for my bananas. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a bar. And I'm going to go all the way to what number? I'm going to go to 6. Oops, I went a little bit past. I'm going to cross right here. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. So I'm going to cross my little lines. You can color yours all the way in. But I'm just going to fill it in like that. So I go all the way to 6. So 2 for oranges, 6 for bananas. Now I'm going to do my apples. How many apples? Oh, let's look over here on our tally chart here. And I see 4 apples. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 4 apples. So my apples is going to go all the way to the 4. So let me put a dot there because the last time I went a little bit above. So let me not do it again. All right, cross, and then I'm just going to do my lines to fill it in. Make sure you're filling yours. All right, so I did all my data points. I did my 2 votes for oranges. I have 6 votes for bananas, and I have 4 votes for apples, okay? So now, boys and girls, Now we are going to go ahead and answer some questions relating to that data. So make sure you're looking right here. So let me make sure I put it closer to my questions. All right, so here's the information here that I need you to use. Let me get out of the way. And okay, so my first question is, how many votes in all? Well, in all, that means I am going to have to add all the votes together. So how many votes in all? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, well, orange is how many votes? That would be 2, right? And bananas was how many votes? Banana was 6. So I'm going to add 6 to that. And then apples was 4. Oh my goodness, so now I'm adding 3 numbers. That can be scary. But one of the strategy I like to use is I look at it and I said, can I make a 10? And I think I can make a 10 because 6 plus 4, that gives me 10. So then I get 2 plus 10, and I know that 2 plus 10 is easier to add, and that is 12. Okay, boys and girls, always when you're adding, see if you could make a 10 because it makes it a little bit easier. Now the next question is, how many more bananas than oranges? Okay, so my banana, I'm going to put B for banana. And bananas was how many, boys and girls? Bananas was 6. Good. And then oranges was how many? Oranges was 2. So it says how many more bananas than oranges. So I'm going to look at that, and I could even use this to compare. So here are my bananas here, and then my oranges go all the way up here. So what I can do to figure that out, boys and girls, I could go ahead and I do 6, because that's how many bananas I had. I take away 2 oranges. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So 6 minus 2 equal 4. That will give me how many more bananas that I had than oranges. If I want to make sure that that checks out, I can go back, and if I add the 6 plus the 2, boys and girls, oh, no, never mind. Not the 6 plus the 2. I made a mistake there. I don't know what Mrs. Reed is thinking. I should have had eraser. Right. So if I did my 6 minus 2 equal 4, if I was meant to say if I add 4 plus 2, that would give me back my 6 right here. And then when I look at it, I know that there were 4 more. There were 4 more bananas than oranges. Okay, let's do one more question. And I'm going to pick someone from out there to answer. And the question is, which fruit had the most votes? Which fruit had the most votes? Let's see. Cameron, which fruit has the most votes? That's not a hard question. The one that has the highest bar, which is bananas. And one more question. Which fruit had the least votes? Oh, the one with the least votes? Let's see who's going to answer. Kevin. Kevin, which one has the least votes? Oranges, because it has 2 votes, and 2 is less than 6, and it's less than 4. Boys and girls, we had a really wonderful time studying and analyzing and representing data. Please continue making your bar graphs and tally charts and picture graphs with the items in your house. You could do your toys. You could do fruits. You could survey your family to find out what's their favorite sports. Please continue to practice making your tally charts and picture graphs and bar graphs. We had an awesome time really studying and analyzing data, and I hope you learn a lot. Now, next topic is going to be on measurement. I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.